Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Steve, we highlight excellence in broadcasting, and usually it's professional broadcasters, but I think we have to turn our attention to an Arkansonian amateur broadcaster who did a great play-by-play while his brother-in-law was cutting down a dead tree next to his house with a chainsaw.
Okay.
Now,
I feel like something bad's about to happen.
You think so? Why? It's his brother-in-law. I'm sure he knows how to cut down trees with a chainsaw, and sure, maybe the pickup truck was parked a little too close to the action, and sure, the tree fell the wrong way.
All righty. So I'm in Arkansas with my brother-in-law. Got this tree right next to the house right here. Been dropping limbs on top of the house. And so Terry said, hold my beer. I'm going to cut this thing down. So let's see what happens. I better get far enough away. Let me get into the safety zone here.
Good job, buddy.
Somebody's got to survive this, so we have the story to tell.
Oh, my God.
Now, if Yolanda was here, she may not approve, but she ain't here. This is my only warning. Terry, don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, yeah, let's do it.
That's it. All righty.
Terry! It's coming! It's coming!
Oh, yeah. Wow, right on top of his truck.
Yeah, should have listened to Yolanda.
Yeah. Oh, that crushed that bad boy. And again,
it's better than that than the house.
Yeah, I agree. Except, when you're cutting down a tree and the truck is in view, like you can see it, you're filming the event and your truck is pretty much right next to the tree. Why wouldn't you move your truck?
Because he trusted Terry. He thought that
yeah.
Terry was going to be able to cut the tree so that it would fall the other direction. I respect that he trusted his friend.
Yeah, well, Yolanda wouldn't want this to happen. Oh.
His brother-in-law, that is.
Yeah, oh, man. That's just wonderful.
Is Yolanda his wife?
It's got to be, and that's her brother. So that's why probably Yolanda wouldn't approve, because she knows how dumb her brother is, and, well, he just cut the tree down right on top of their truck.
And I love that he's like, all right, in honor of Yolanda, Terry, don't do it. Like, what is he, maybe 20 feet away from Terry while there's a loud chainsaw? Like, Terry can hear that.
Exactly, yeah.
Terry, don't do that. All right, let's do it.
Do you think that's...
Hold my beer. That was the best part.
Yeah, that was the... Yeah, that... Yeah. Do you think that's covered? I mean, we see all those...
Stupidity? I don't think stupidity is a cover in your insurance for your car.
You see a lot of those great commercials, Mayhem, that guy, this is definitely a Mayhem moment where Mayhem is like, I'm the guy who's decided to have his beer held while I cut down the tree and land on your pickup.
I'm not encouraging insurance fraud, but I would imagine that it's probably in their best interest for them to just say, a tree just fell on my car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you probably have to show the tree.
Yeah, and they probably go like, this isn't Seattle, this is Arkansas. Where's your windstorm here, sir? There was no windstorm.
And then they're probably going to be like, we were on YouTube the other day.
Yeah, there's the other thing.
Looking at the trending videos.
Yeah.
Was Terry holding your beer while doing that?
Yeah, I think they can't really do much fraud now. And then, of course, we're talking about it. We can't be the only radio station. So
yeah.
I think these boys in Arkansas are not going to be able to do insurance fraud. So then if anybody who's a texter who's an insurance agent, is there any kind of coverage for stupidity? Could you let us know? Because before Steve and I decide to cut down a tree.
Is there a clause in insurance that if you don't listen to Yolanda that you don't get the money for the car?
Steve, hold my coffee. And if Vicky were here, Vicky would say to do it too.
Yeah. Oh, I would totally be in for this.
Oh, I know you would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to cut down a tree with a chainsaw.
Oh,
really? That'd be fun.
Would you mind parking your car close to the tree, please?
No, because I know I'm stupid. So I would try and make sure I'm cutting down a tree that has no chance of hitting a house, a car, or a person.
Yeah. Boy, that's
Well, Steve, I can get you up on my roof and we can cut some branches.
all right. Perfect.
Can I use a chainsaw?
If you bring one, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, because I have a chainsaw just in my garage.
Well, hey, listen, you
I
went to
don't have
Texas one time. Everybody that goes to Texas has to have a chainsaw.
Yeah, I went to go see WrestleMania in Dallas, and on my way out, they gave me a chainsaw. It's
part
very weird.
It's part of what Texas. It's part of Texas culture. Just in case there's another massacre, everybody's prepared.
Yep. You go to Hawaii, you get a lei. You go to Texas, you get a chainsaw.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I mean, Rev does need his fence demolished, so we could just knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. You know?
Good call.
Ooh, yeah.
We would freak your neighbors out if we took down your fence with a chainsaw.
Or if there are multiples of us with multiple chainsaws.
Even better.
Just running around.
I'll make sure and provide hockey masks, too.
Yeah.
Nothing conspicuous about that.
Or clown masks.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, sure. That wouldn't look bizarre. Just people in clown masks with chainsaws. No, that's fine.
Just a work party.
Can I be in a onesie? Like my Pikachu onesie? Wouldn't that be awesome? I'll use an electric chainsaw.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, yeah, sure. Do whatever you want.
why
You
does
want to wear a onesie? I'm not going to tell you not.
Vicky just made it weird.
Oh, yeah.
With
I
her
made it
Pikachu
weird.
onesie. I mean, who? A Pikachu with a handsaw.
I'm just trying not to scare everyone.
Yeah.
Just weird them out.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm all for this idea. I'm also very upset at Danny right now.
Why?
Because he said, use the 2 birds with 1 stone. What's the proper thing?
You got to feed 2 birds with 1 scone.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Sorry,
Jeez,
PETA.
Danny, jeez. I mean,
Why you got to hate PETA?
Where do you think we are? In Arkansas, where you cut down any tree on top of your pickup where you want? That's not how we do around here.
That accent took me down there. I'm sorry.
It's because Yolanda's not here. Danny just thinks he can just say whatever he wants.
Yeah, that Yolanda can't take a day off, apparently. Just stupidity just runs rampant.
Can they please interview Yolanda? Why weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
You filmed the stupid tree going on your pickup.
Yeah.
The least you could do is when Yolanda shows up is to film her to give her some closure.
Hey, here, I can just hear it now. Here's Yolanda, just, a big SMH. Oh, you damn fools. You know what I mean? You can just hear, you can hear it in her voice, like, these jits.
Nope, I feel like she would lose her freaking mind.
Oh, you think it's going to be a lose your freaking mind moment?
I'm on Vicky's side for this one.
What are you doing?
Oh, this poor woman. You know what?
my beer!
I mean, she's lived. Yeah, she has lived with her brother for how many years, though? It can't be a surprise that when she goes, you let that damn fool cut our tree down? Okay.
What if it's the brother-in-law, though?
Well, I don't know who's related to who, but I'm going to tell you right now.
That would be even worse.
If it's the brother-in-law, then you know what? Yolanda's like, look, I married you, not your whole stupid family. I thought I told you.
I'm trying to figure it out. And then one story says guy ignores his mom's advice. So maybe Yolanda's his mom.
What? Okay, that's not mom's house. Is it mom's house they're cutting a tree down? Oh, that's even worse. That's your dumb kid. Oh, I thought it was his property. Well, no wonder they have no problem.
It's mom. She'll probably come home and be like, again?
Oh.
Yeah. I feel like this won't be the first time that Yolanda has walked in on her kid doing something stupid.
Yeah. And you know what? I thought there would be a little bit more upset. Do you think that's not even his pickup truck? Do you think that's why?
No, it's got to be one of the two's pickup truck.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. But I think the guy on the camera, I would just assume, I thought it was his, but maybe it's the idiot tree cutter.
I think it's Terry's.
Oh, it is Terry's. Well, Terry,
That's my guess.
That was my initial thing too. What if it's Yolanda's? And I don't know, maybe she took an Uber somewhere, probably to go out drinking because of her stupid brother and brother-in-law.
Look, I'm not saying that Uber they're not around a lot of places, but I have a good feeling that Uber is not available where they are.
Yeah, listen, we're not gonna service this area because you never know when one of our drivers will drive by and you guys cut a tree down on top of his car. We don't need that.
I mean, I can't get an Uber in downtown Vancouver. You think I'm going to be able to get an Uber in like the most rural part of Arkansas?
You know what I think the problem is, Steve? We're city folks, okay? And you know what that means, Steve. Yeah.
What does it mean?
City folks just don't get it.
That's what it means. Sorry, buddy. I thought you had that as a hotkey. So next time I'll give you a little bit more heads up.
Almost I hit this instead.
Daddy farted.
So it's typed FAR.
Oh, Daddy farted. That's a good one.
You fart in the car.
Why don't I still have these?
Why do you have that? Yeah. There you are. The guy who is the king of farting around the house and really enjoys it asks himself, why do I have a fart any kind of thing in my sound effects box?
City folks just don't get it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a city folk. I don't get what you're doing over there, Steve. Hey, Steve, hold my beer. All right, here's the thing. It is a little piece of advice. It is never, ever a good idea to try and smuggle drugs into jail. Yeah, but one man did it, and in a rather creative way. Steve will tell you why. He's got the news for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well, he's no Pulitzer Prize winner. Hell, he can't even pronounce Pulitzer. This is News with Steve Miggs.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Kia Pure for giving us news and sports, and happy National Show and Tell at Work Day.
All right. Okay, if you asked for this.
That's an HR issue, BJ.
Oh,
so put that away, please.
All right, fine.
Maybe we should all find something. I know.
I got something.
What do you got to show us?
I got a hippo.
Why do you have a stuffed animal?
Because it's when you put it in the microwave and my legs hurt.
What do you mean?
It's warm.
Oh, it is warm. Oh,
yeah, I've been putting it
but
between
it kind
my
of
legs.
feels moist. It almost feels like you.
No. I did not.
Okay, so it's a heating pad.
Yeah, it's just on my knees.
But it's a hippo. Is it meant for that?
Yeah.
You are such a child.
Do you know how weird it was when I went to go get coffee this morning and there was a hippo in the microwave?
Okay.
That's kind of serial killer type ass.
Yeah.
I have a heating pad on as well, but it's just a regular heating
I
pad.
know,
An adult heating pad.
Because you're
right?
boring.
Yeah.
Jeez. Also,
Maybe
I
you
couldn't
need to
find.
take your Flintstone vitamins like Vicky, too, while you're at it.
Actually, they're gummy vitamins. Get it right.
My bad.
Honestly, any guy that dates her is going to feel like they are really going to get arrested. Seriously, that Chris Hansen's going to come knocking on the door. Why does your girlfriend have a little teddy bear and have all these little stuffed animals? And I swear she's overage, sir.
They'll probably ask you to stop saying "I Poppy" because the way you act, it actually does feel like a father-daughter
Yeah, sure
relationship.
Hi, puppy.
No, not in that
not
situation.
good.
Let's move on. Let's talk about this 40-year-old guy. His name is Wesley. He's in the Tampa area, and he was arrested on Friday for an outstanding warrant. Here's the thing. When he was being sent to jail, I guess he wanted to be able to get high while he was in jail.
Of course he did.
And the police, they asked him, hey, do you have any drugs or weapons on him? And he's like, no, nothing. I'm good. So then they decided to strip search him.
Okay.
And, well, instead of me explaining it, how about I have this Florida anchorman finish the story?
Florida man told officers that syringes removed from his backside were, well, not his. It's a little tough to believe, but who knows? 40-year-old Wesley Scott was arrested Friday evening on an outstanding drug warrant. Once the Pinellas County Jail, Scott removed the syringes from his backside and was then charged for trying to introduce contraband. He was held on $5,000 bond.
He had the needles and everything up the old...
I hope they had the little lids on them, or the little caps on them.
Something, yeah.
In the prison wallet.
God.
The prison wallet.
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
I like, he's like, those aren't mine. I don't know how they got there.
What, you bring them for a friend then? What?
Yeah, well, he's got some issues now.
These are the wardens. I'm not... They're for the warden.
Bummer news about this, although we were talking about it during the break, and we realized, well, we probably contributed to the fact that they're no longer around. A restaurant that was very popular in the Northwest just closed, Blue Sea Sushi.
Yeah.
And it just closed, like, unexpectedly. Like, all of
Wow.
a sudden, they sent out emails to all their staff saying, hey, don't come in, we're done. We're shutting it all down. That happened on Sunday. All the employees have been terminated. They said it's because of, quote, unexpected financial and other circumstances as the reason. They had 7 locations. They were originally based here in Seattle, 5 of the locations in Seattle, 2 in the LA area. And they just sent an email to their employees saying their final paychecks will be issued this week. But they also said, you're going to have to meet us at a nearby Starbucks by a Blue Sea location to get those, which implies that they don't even own the property anymore, so you can't even go to the place to get them. Whoa. And we're like, oh, that's a bummer. And then I realized, I don't remember the last time I went and ate there. I always enjoyed going there, but Danny and I were commiserating over the fact that you go there, and then when you're done, you're like, man, I spent way too much money on sushi.
Yeah.
Because you just keep getting plate after plate after plate, and you don't realize how much it adds up.
I haven't been there, and it's been forever. You're right.
One time, D. Ted Smith and I went, and we easily polished off $60 each.
Yep. Oh, wow. That's a lot.
We had like 15 plates stacked high a piece.
Good job.
But then we realized that if we would have just pulled our money together, we could have went somewhere a little bit more high end and got just as much food.
Yep.
And better quality.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's something about the revolving. It's just like the little revolver.
I know.
Yeah. The
I'll
little
take
carousel.
one of those. I'll take one of those.
Yeah. I love the idea, but yeah, I can't remember the last time I was in one.
Right. So I'm like, oh, bummer. And I'm like, well, maybe if I went more, they wouldn't be closed.
Yeah. I think they have one at Bellevue Square, too. And that
Not anymore, BJ.
Yeah, that rent can't be cheap.
Well, let's talk about that Cody Parkey guy. You remember him, the kicker for the Chicago Bears?
Are they still hating on him?
Oh, my gosh. There's so much stuff going on right now, BJ. It's kind of ridiculous. If you don't know what happened, we'll just bring you back up to speed. So over the weekend, the Eagles and the Bears playoff game, down to the last play, a 43-year-old field goal attempt by the Bears with 10 seconds left. If he hits it, they win the game. If he doesn't, they're done. Their season is over, and the Eagles move on, and that's exactly what happened. Here's the play-by-play call as Cody tries to make the field goal, but Trayvon Hester is the guy, the defensive lineman for the Eagles, that actually turns out that he tipped the ball, but at first people just thought he missed it and hit 2 posts before it did not go into the upright.
43-yard attempt from the right hash mark. And, he hits the upright again. That's impossible. He does it again.
It will be Philadelphia. Did this hit the upright and the crossbar?
Yeah, it looks like it bounced off the crossbar as well.
Oh, my goodness. The Bears' season's going to end on a double doink. Unbelievable. How many times can they hit the upright?
5 in the stadium. And 1 last week. Crazy.
I love that.
Crazy.
Al had a great answer. 5.
Yeah. He wasn't exaggerating.
And I don't know what highlights I watched where they showed all 5 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Here's the crazy part.
Double doink.
Apparently, Cody, that he likes to practice hitting the posts and the poles. That's kind of what he does to work on his accuracy.
Oh, that's not good.
It doesn't help the story, but again, the ball was tipped. It's not like as if it was just a clear shot and he double doinked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently he likes to practice hitting poles, and there's like videos of him hitting light poles, goal posts, and things along those lines to just show how accurate he is. But of course, he put in so many during that game. There's a reason why they even had any points. But now it's gotten to the point where people are starting GoFundMes to buy him out of his contract so he doesn't come back as the
I'll tell you right now, yes, I'll take him. We'll probably need somebody. Yeah, you know what? Let the Hawks buy him out of his contract, those stupid Bear fans.
He just signed a 4-year, $15 million deal. 60% of it is guaranteed. That's a pretty damn good signing for that guy. Multiple GoFundMe pages have been set up. And then on the flip side, there's a bunch of Eagles fans that are Venmoing him money to thank him for winning the game for them.
Yeah, and they should be Venmoing the dude that tipped it.
One person said, I sent them $8 to cover a beer. Another person said they were sending $2, one for each goalpost. Now, it's not sure whether or not the Cody Parkey that they're sending the money to is the right guy, but somebody's getting that money that's named Cody Parkey.
Man, how cool would that be if you're not the Cody Parkey and all of a sudden, hey, here comes some beer dough?
This is pretty sweet. Now, he handled it like a champ after the game. He said, I let the team down. That's on me. I have to own it. It's one of the worst feelings in the world to let your team down. I feel terrible. And I bring it all up also because the audio just came out of the Spanish announce team.
Oh, really?
Doing the play-by-play of this call. And it is fantastic. Once again, no idea what they're saying, but it doesn't matter because their energy is next level.
La temporada está en el pie de Cody Parkey. El snap, le mete el pie. Distancia, dirección. Le dio el poste. ¡No! ¡Falló! ¡No, señor! ¡No, señor! ¡No, señor! ¡No, señor! ¡No, señor!
I think he's saying no, mister.
¡No, señor! ¡Los Eagles se van con la victoria! ¡Ay, papá! ¡No, señor! ¡No, señor! ¡Chicago! ¡Chicago! ¡Nos vamos para New Orleans! ¡Filadelfia gana el partido! ¡Le dio al poste! ¡Le dio al poste! ¡Los Eagles ganan el juego! ¡Ay, papá!
Yeah. We are missing something. Why don't we have our American announcers do that same kind of energy?
¡Ay, papá!
I love that.
Chicago!
By the way, that was fantastic. He did a really good rendition of that.
¡No, señor! ¡No, señor!
I don't know. Someone's giving Vicky a run for her money.
¡Ay, papá!
He's Papa, not Papi.
Right. There's a different connotation.
Oh, is there? Okay.
And quick correction. I guess I said it was a 43-year-old field goal. It was a 43-yard field goal.
Took a while to get there. Yeah, this field goal was actually...
it's still going.
Yeah.
It's like Haley's Comet.
That field goal is still quite young, Steve.
¡Ay, papá!
That's my response.
43-year-old field goal coming up.
I was wrong.
¡No, señor! ¡No, señor!
My apologies.
Yeah, you have to take credit for your mistakes, yeah.
Chicago!
The college football playoff championship game was last night, and Clemson beat Alabama 44-16.
What a beating.
How about that freshman quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, man?
Yeah, and their defense was insane. I mean, that's what folks were surprised at, that they just came out there and stopped Alabama. Pick 6 right off the bat.
Alabama's coach had this to say.
Hey, Papa!
Dude, by the way, the coach, I don't know the name, but the Clemson coach, I watched his interview. He would, normally you can't get these guys to say anything. Right there, this dude, it was like a 10-minute interview, I really feel like.
That's awesome.
And I was like, are they going to talk to anybody else? Is it just going to be this guy? And he was excited, but he's like, this little old team from Clemson. I go, dude, you've been to the damn college championship 4 years in a row. What do you mean this little old team from Clemson?
And it's the second national title in 3 years for them. And when they asked him, hey, can we talk to anybody else? He said this.
No, senor!
No, senor.
No, senor!
As far as weather, 43 degrees, some rain, and thank you, AmeriGroup.com, for giving us news and sports.
Oh, you're very welcome, Steve.
How old was that field goal again? 43 years.
43 years.
All right, so I can date this field goal.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Definitely.
Hey, Papa!
All right, I don't know what to say.
What's up?
I'm a former vegetarian, so I really do appreciate if a restaurant could make it happen. You talk about a lot about how Daniel's really, your wife is vegan, and you can go there and have a nice steak, and they actually put together a nice meal for her, and that's awesome.
Not just a nice meal. They have multiple options, like 3 or 4 entrees that are available for somebody who's vegan, which is really cool. And they also have vegan cocktails, which I think is hilarious because most cocktails are vegan.
And
Unless you're kind of like a White Russian.
That's a very good point. I hadn't thought about that.
It's just kind of funny that they call it that.
And I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. On one side, I'm very happy about the fact that vegans can get treated well in some places. And then I got this guy, 23-year-old dude by the name of Corey. He's from England. He's not happy with a Pizza Hut after a recent experience he had there. Because Corey stopped by a Pizza Hut on Saturday to try the new vegan-friendly options. And while he was happy with his jackfruit pizza, he asked the waitress if they had any vegan desserts, and she told him the ice cream station had no animal products. And, well... if it's ice cream, shouldn't he know that?
What do you mean? I mean, if he asked, do you have vegan ice cream or vegan desserts? There are vegan ice creams out there, BJ.
I guess if it's ice cream, that thing I would say is it ice cream or not ice cream? And if she said, oh, it's ice cream, but it has no animal products, I go, well, that's not what ice cream is. Ice cream is cream. It's like from an animal.
Yeah, that's an animal product.
Yeah, so I'd like to know if...
I'm not too confused by what's going on here. I think the person that answered his question was just being an idiot, didn't realize that by being vegan, that also means, cream and...
Yeah, I guess I don't know who the idiot is here. I see your point. It could go either way. I'm just thinking, if somebody tells me I got ice cream, I know that's animal stuff because it's called ice cream. You know what I mean? They usually call it...
There's soy ice cream.
But they call it something else, don't they?
No. If you go to Salt and Straw, which we go to a lot now, or Molly Moon's, and you want to get ice cream, they have vegan options.
Do they call it ice cream?
Yeah.
They don't call it like a frozen dessert? Oh, see, everything I see says frozen dessert. But you're right. You know what? She should still know better at the restaurant, too. So I can see both sides of this. But Corey, of course, unfortunately, being a vegan, ate the ice cream. It did contain milk. And he said, this is appalling. I'm outraged, heartbroken, in fact. I feel like my lifestyle has been mocked.
Okay, I read also that this guy just became vegan, so it's not like as if he's been a lifelong vegan. Look, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. I've been in those situations where it's like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
you got to think. You got to realize if someone's saying they're vegan, that you got to make sure there's nothing in there that is animal based.
I appreciate that. I love this line. It's a mistake that shouldn't have happened. I could have had an allergy to milk.
But you didn't.
Yeah, see, this is why I don't like this guy.
Okay.
I don't like the... And, of course, Pizza Hut's like, we're sorry, it was human error, which I could see that. I mean, you wish people were smarter than they were, but... Look, I don't want to disparage anybody, but entry-level jobs, sometimes you're not going to get people that are Rhodes Scholars. That's all.
No, senor!
Okay?
No, senor!
So you are going to get a human error. So you're going to really have to be diligent and vigilant if you have an alternative lifestyle like that. If you walk into a place where it's not a Daniel's, because Daniel's, I would bet they would have their act together and know exactly what they're serving because that's a high-end restaurant.
Well, I know even from my wife who's vegan is that she'll make sure even when something comes to she orders something, make sure there's no any like cheese or anything along those lines, but she'll still double check it because of the human error end of it all.
Because your wife's got a brain in her head.
Minus the part of who she married, but
Yeah, well, tasting men for some reason. Hey, I mean, what do you
Dude, we went to that pizza place. I know Danny's been there, and you forgot that you were there. Sizzle Pie.
Oh, I love that.
Did we go Capitol Hill?
Yes, we did.
That's a great place.
Last pizza day.
And they have a full-on vegan menu. Like full-on. So
did they have it when I was there, Danny?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah, so I honestly would have not known that the pizza I was eating was vegan based on just how it tasted. It was phenomenal.
I forget where I was, but I've had a cauliflower pizza recently, and normally I go really cauliflower crust. And
it's not bad.
It was good. The one that I had was good. I wish I remember where I was. I totally don't remember where I was, and I was like so bummed because every once in a while, I want a pizza, but I'm still doing the low carb thing, and the cauliflower really helps out. But I don't know where I was. Was I there, Danny? Was it there?
No, I wasn't. Definitely wasn't there.
I can't wait. I can't wait for in the next 2 hours where suddenly you just blurt out a name and you're like, "Oh yeah, that was it." We're like, "What are you even talking about?"
I hope so, Rev. I hope I remember because I've been trying to remember for a month now.
Oh, geez. All right, and maybe there is no hope for you.
Why don't you just Google it?
Well, I'm a cauliflower crust pizza, but I don't know if it's the right one because there's a few places I've been to where it hasn't been good.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem.
Take a chance.
Oh, yeah. See, what if I never find the right place, Steve? All right, I'll have to have regular pizza, Danny. Let's go.
All right, I'm down.
So I can go for yet again.
Sizzle Pie. It's on our list.
Yeah. We should go again.
Have you been there?
I don't think so. I hope they got that cauliflower pizza I love. Yesterday, Steve, not able to figure this one out.
Judd Hirsch was an owner of a donut shop in which CBS sitcom
Ordinary Donuts.
No.
Oh, I watched the show. We loved the show.
Of
No.
course you love this show.
Every Man's Donut? No. Ordinary job. No.
Steve, is it still on TV, by the way? Oh, you keep going.
No, it's not. And we were both bummed about that.
You know what, Steve? You were mashing up two of your favorite shows.
It's No Ordinary Family and Superior Donuts.
Yeah, Donuts. You know what? That's the show we need to... Let's see if Michael Chiklis is available with Judd Hirsch. That'd be a show.
Life would drastically improve if they brought back both of those shows.
Oh, don't know if I agree with that. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.